Hey guys, Zero here. I have another quick unboxing of the Nighthaunt Glaivewraith Stalkers from Age of Sigmar. No, I'm not starting an Age of Sigmar Nighthaunt's army. I picked these up at my local gaming shop. He had a clearance, and it was like 50% off. And this is the easy build kit, so they're really cheap. And I wanted to be trying out the contrast paints soon, so I'll be right back. We'll go to the table and take a look at these models. Alright. Hey guys, Zero here. We got another unboxing. Quick one. These are the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Nighthaunt Glaivewraith Stalkers. Easy build kit, or easy to build kits from Games Workshop. No, I'm not starting a Nighthaunt army. I went to my local game shop, the Gaming Goat, which just recently moved to Harlem and Foster. I'll get the address for you guys and put it in the description below. My buddy Eddie just moved and he was getting rid of a lot of overstock, so he had this for like 50% off. So I picked it up because they're already cheap, and I want to try the contrast paints, and I don't want to do it on any of my current armies. So I'm going to try it on some of these easy build kits. I'm going to get some other ones like Eldar and some of the Space Marine ones, whatever, you know what I mean? Just grab some easy kits and start playing around with the contrast paints and just other paint schemes too, because I want to try some different paint colors and, you know, apply my knowledge to that and try and learn how to use like yellows, which are a difficult color to paint with, whites, reds, you know, so, you know, before I actually go and work on like my Chaos army, who's, you know, a big portion of it is red, I want to make sure I have that skill set, you know, knocked out. But anyway, like I said, I picked these guys up. They're fairly cheap. I think it comes with 3 models. You know, in your standard GW product, you've got your color palette here. It's got a little description of the Nighthaunts, which are kind of cool. It's a new Age of Sigmar undead army. And a lot of people are mad about Warhammer Fantasy being deleted and, you know, we're blown up, and then Age of Sigmar happening and a lot of their armies are not there. It does suck, and there's new armies coming out that you know, it's kind of like, why give love to new armies when you can put those old armies back in there at least? But I get it. I think they're working on it. You know, I want to assume they're working on it. It's just an assumption, but, you know, to let a whole line like the Bretonnians go, I think that would be a waste of time and money, you know, and there's so many people out there with Bretonnians, you know, that you know, would waste. You're literally kicking someone out of a game, and I don't think they want to do that. Considering what they've been doing over the last 3 years, they've been really pushing to get us what we want, model-wise, army-wise. So just be patient, and I know that sucks, like the Empire. Be patient. I think they call it Free Guild now, and they go over some stuff, but like a hard battle tome or whatever for that army should be coming out. Same thing with like Tomb Kings. I think that's all going to be relevant real soon, you know, so just stick with them, and hopefully we can get those armies back out there and get some of these people into the new game system. I really like the new system that they use, like 8th edition, you know, it's really fast paced and easy to learn, and that's the thing, right? Like, I want to teach my friends how to play. It's got to be easy to learn, you know. So we'll take a look at the contents here of the box. First things first, we will look at the instruction manual. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys, give you a closer look. There we go. Sorry if it's not that good. Should be. Alright, so you got 4 models there, it looks like. So same thing, you know, your color stuff, you know, with your blues for where the model's going to go and your yellows for where the model needs to be glued, that kind of thing. And then you've got your data sheet with the stats for the characters or the unit or whatever it is on there, and it's got it in different languages, typical, you know, GW stuff. There's no paint palette on the back of this one, but there is on the back of the box. It also came with this leaflet, kind of says next step, which is kind of, so basically they re-released Warhammer Age of Sigmar in 2nd edition, right? They got a 2nd edition out, some tweaks and turns, you know, they fixed some of the problems. They always do. It's the way it goes. There was a box set called Soul Wars, which basically featured the Stormcast Eternals, a whole different batch of models for them, and the Nighthaunts. Now, I know everybody's like kind of pissy about the Stormcast, you know, because it's like, oh, you know, it's always Stormcast versus blah, 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 blah. But, you know, it's a brand new army, and they're trying to get everything out for it that they can, just like these guys, you know what I mean? So just bear with them. So it kind of gives you like a look at, like, you can get some of the other easy build kits. You know, I'm actually going to probably pick up these Spirit guys, because these guys right here, these dudes right here, they're really, those guys would lend themselves really well to contrast paints. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those guys would be awesome for contrast. These guys, not so much. I've seen them done, but eh. So then on the other side, they actually have another step, you know, next steps, and it's kind of cool because it gives you like what you're going to need, you know, if you want to progress, right? So you got your main rule book, which is the big tome. Yes, the game comes with rules, but this is like the detailed rules and the special rules and the skirmish rules and all the other additives that you want to put in your game to make it unique. Then you've got your battle tome, which is the army book based on your army, okay? And then they've got a picture of scenery, right? Because you're going to need scenery to fight over, you know? So you get some of these pieces of scenery, and I think that's the township. Maybe not. No, Blasted Hollow Hearth. That's the Blasted Hollow Hearth. That's the only set I don't have of that series of sets. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up. I might still pick it up. Just to add some throwdown terrain. This is actually really good terrain. I've done reviews on most of the stuff that they've had recently. So if you check, you know, check my playlists under miniatures and gaming, it's down at the bottom there. They're there. Just check them out. They're really good, really solid, really worth. To me, they're a bit pricey for scenery when you look at like laser cut stuff. But laser cut stuff is wood, dude, and it's gonna break and it's gonna warp and it's gonna, you know, eventually bend. I know because I have some, you know. But this stuff is plastic. It's durable plastics, that Chinese stuff, and you can just bang away at it and it's fine, you know. And that's what you want. You want stuff to last. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it, you know. But I think if you're gonna you know, play for a while and you want scenery that's going to last a while and be universal, that's the stuff to get. Though everybody can use ruins. Ruins can be everywhere. You know, you can creatively describe, you know, a bombardment or, you know, a magical backfired spell, you know what I'm saying? Anything. And ruins can be everywhere. They're universal. So here we have two sprues. They are not identical, which is kind of cool. I apologize, my hands are still shaky from my medicine, from my procedure. So it looks like it actually goes like this. So technically that would be one sprue, right? If they come in this really dark teal, like that Thousand Suns, you know, color, that bluish teal, it's pretty cool. They actually have very decorative bases too. Wow, that is actually pretty cool. So I'm sure that one guy goes on a specific base, which is kind of cool. I like that. I like it and I don't like it. I like it because I don't have to do anything to the base. I can just paint the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, totally cool. But I don't like it because I actually do like making bases. I actually like putting flock and debris and all that type of stuff. I like doing that stuff. That stuff's fun to me. That's part of the hobby to me. But nonetheless, it's cool. They're easy to build, right? That's the point. So we'll go and take a look at these in a little bit more detail. Let me try and zoom in again for you guys. There you go. All right, so you've got the cool base and the two models. Very simple, you know, monopose. I've heard recently some backlash about monoposing. I guess the Sisters of Battle are coming out, and people were complaining about the monopose. There's the sprue there. It's crooked, sorry, but nonetheless, there's base. People are complaining about the monoposing, but listen, you know, when you get the other poses where the guy's pretty much just standing there with his arms up and his, you know, his legs out, yeah, you can customize and convert it and whatever, but really, I mean, they're all the same. They're either pointing or we got their hands up with their weapons up. I mean, screaming hoo-ah or whatever. You know what I'm saying? These poses are dynamic. They're energetic. They evoke like imagination. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, you can't repose them, but you can still customize. Like, I could take this weapon off and put a different weapon on. It's a little flimsy spear, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually pretty solid. Wow. It's actually pretty solid. But you know, the point is, it's not an action figure. You know, it's not. It's technically considered a model kit. Okay, for the purposes of hobby and stuff like that, it's a model kit, right? You clip some pieces, you put some glue on it, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. It's done. But it's also a game piece, like a chess piece. You know. So honestly, the only thing GW has to do is give you something to represent what you're playing on the field. Now, this is the easy kit. Okay, so if you buy the regular kits with, you know, the standard troops and stuff like that, the actual box set of the squad or unit or whatever you call it, those are a bit more flexible with posing. But the newer kits are more monopose. Ever since the Dark Imperium set came out, probably even before that, like, and I'm not just meaning in big box sets, like, you know, most sets now are pretty monopose, like the intercessors. You know, you can't really switch legs and torsos like you did the last edition of Space Marines. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. I mean, you know, I did like the flexibility of the models, that you could put the legs in a certain position and the hips in a certain whatever. But I do like the fact that you can just glue it together. You clip your parts, you glue it together. That's the guy. All he represents is a number of stats on the table. That's all you need. If you want every guy to be individual, then your work's gonna be cut out for you. I have most of my Death Guard are all individual models, but you know that took a lot of work. It took a lot of hunting. It took a lot of finding the right miniatures, you know, and it also limited my number, right? Because I could have more if I just doubled up, you know, but I didn't want to double up. You know what I'm saying? And I never used certain parts. Like you got options like chest pieces or torsos and stuff. You can switch between this or that or a head, and that makes the model different. So me monoposing is totally fine for a war game. If it was an actual model kit that I was going to display, I would probably want it to be a little bit more flexible, but most of them aren't. Most model kits, when they're done, they're done. That's how it is. But anyway, I digress. This is the Nighthaunt's Glaivewraith's Glaivewraith Stalkers kit, easy kit, and I'm going to get the other ones. I'm going to get more, like I said, because I want to do some experimenting with paints, and mostly the contrast paints. I do want to try my hand at that, you know, and I want to really get my hands in to see if it's really worth what Games Workshop says it's worth, which I don't think it is, but that's for a later story. But anyway, there you go. That's the Glaivewraith Stalkers. I think it's pretty cool. It's worth the money. Thank you guys for watching.